If I don't like the intro, I'll tell you. Okay. Peace and life, family. It's your girl, MC Genesis Blue, and I am back at it again. I want to welcome you all to the Blue Room. Like I said, I am Genesis Blue, your local raptivist, hip-hop artist, and licensed psychotherapist. Today, I have my friend who's going to be my lovely co-host, Tim Roberts.
What's up, everybody?
Thank you for joining me, brother Tim.
Thank you for having me.
Now, I had Tim come join me in the Blue Room because what I know about Tim was my personal trainer, is my personal trainer. And we always have very authentic conversations. And I think that's just something that I'm really missing now in pop culture and social media and media, period, is like people are not having authentic conversations. They're having conversations so they can go viral or that they can have a hot take. But I want to have real conversations, real educated, informative discussions that are also entertaining and fun. That's what I want to do in the Blue Room. So I brought Tim along. Tim, tell them a little bit about who you are.
I'm Tim Roberts. I am a fitness guru. Been in fitness for probably about 15 years now. Have a large background, medical side, fitness, health and wellness, and also life coaching. So do a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything. And so we collectively are very much into wellness when it's mind, body, and soul. So a lot of what we're going to cover in the Blue Room is about wellness, health, especially when it comes to our people, right? Because we need to do better. Okay. Speaking of which, Tim, I just want to jump right into one topic that's just really been coming up a lot in my therapy sessions. I will work with clients who may be depressed or anxious. And one thing about depression or anxiety, movement helps. You got to get up and move around, because if I'm depressed and I sleep, I'm just going to want to sleep more. Correct. I find it very difficult for my clients to, they'll say, I want to work out, I want to lose weight, and I want to feel better. But I think the same way that they're not able to get motivated mentally, they can't get motivated physically. So I started to think about the relationship between mental health and physical health. How do I get my mind right so that I can get my body right? So I'm sure you struggle with that too,
I see
having
that a
clients.
lot with clients. Yeah. One of the biggest things I tell people to do is start small. Start with realistic goals, not something like you have to throw yourself back into the gym because you feel like that's the only way that you can be fit. If you have a gym membership or you are part of a group. I like people to just think about what they can do that they didn't do the day before. If that's just taking a walk around the block, if that's just getting up in the morning time and doing 2 push-ups, if that's just getting up in the morning and doing a jumping jack. Just getting the body acclimated in the way of saying, I'm doing something to better myself on the health side. So
what do you say to the people? Like, I have times to say, I just don't have energy and I'm not motivated to do it. What do you say to that? How do they change that mindset, I guess, of...
They literally have to take it one step at a time, seriously, because at the end of the day, we all want to be, I think, no one wants to be unhealthy.
Yeah, we don't want to be.
The biggest thing is people just don't know how to start. So my advice to those individuals is just start.
Yeah.
You gotta start. Like I said, back to what I was saying earlier, where if it ain't nothing but a walk around the neighborhood, just get out there and start somewhere. Yeah. And then the mind would definitely take on that new beginning.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell them a lot, because a lot of people fool themselves. Just so you know, if you're gonna, it takes 21 to 30 days to create a new habit, right? So if you already weren't working out, you can't jump in and say, well, I'm gonna start working out 4 times a week. That's not realistic, because you haven't been doing it in the first place. So I find that's the first mental trick that people play on themselves. They set the bar way too high. And if I haven't been working out at all, chances are I'm not going to jump up and start working out 4 times a week, or I'm going to do it one time and then I'm gonna be done with it. It's better, like you said, to just pick a small, realistic goal and I tell my clients, like, make it something that you're doing within your day anyway.
Right.
Like at work, take your lunch break to go walk around. That's a start. That's better than nothing.
That's one of the things that we talk about when my clients come do their consultation. They ask me all the time, what does RTR stands for? And I like people to understand that I want you to have real, tangible results.
Right.
Because most people come in and they'll say, oh, I got a cruise that I'm going to be going to in June, and I need to get this midsection taken care of. Well, darling, it's May.
We ain't getting with that.
What do you want to do in that 30 days? It's going to take a good 30 days for your body to get acclimated with that style of training, get to know that your body is serious about training.
Yeah.
So that's why I always go back to being realistic.
Yeah.
Like, so that's the realistic thing is saying that you know that you can't obligate yourself to going to the gym every single day,
you
5-6 times a day, because you haven't been doing it.
Because you ain't doing it.
Realistically, you can come home if you got a dog, take the dog for a longer walk than just opening up the door and say, go Cujo, and then you in the house.
Yeah.
So start looking at ways that you can try little things to then it will grow to something.
Exactly, because going back to the mental health side, that's why the mental and the physical are very closely related. So once I get up and take that walk, you will notice that when you work out, you actually have more energy. You think you would be tired, but you're not. True. You have more energy because you moved and you woke your brain up too. So not only is it your physical self, but your mental self when you go walking or running or something, doing some jumping jacks or something, you're also waking your brain up. And that's something you need to exercise to your brain. So just taking that walk around the block or doing some jumping jacks will get that blood flowing, but also get that brain working too, and have you more alert, have you more energetic, because it's sort of a cycle, right? Like if I sit on the couch all day, that affects my mental ability to want to get up and do something too. Right. And then when I don't mentally feel like it, then I just keep going in a circle. I don't physically feel like it.
I always tell people 1 day turns into 2, 2 turns into 3, 3 turns into many more.
Yeah.
And then before you realize that, you're looking down and saying, how did I get here? You got there because you allowed that body to just sink into that place that was not good for you. And then when you finally decided to say enough is enough, your body is out of whack. So now you're saying to yourself, how do I get from this stage? Well, the only way that you're going to be able to get from that stage is by taking the step to be better.
Yeah.
And to do better.
Yeah. But also just accountability is really big. I found for myself, I'm not good without accountability. I got to have somebody that's saying, get up, let's do it. That's being realistic with myself. I'm not going to feel motivated on my own. But if I have a good support system or a trainer that's like, hey, let's do this. Okay, I feel encouraged.
One of my biggest things with clients is they come in and say, well, I'm a commit. I made a budget for like 90 days. And I'm sitting there going to myself, you're already shooting yourself in the foot because good living, good healthy living is a lifestyle,
it's a lifestyle
change.
Yeah.
So the same way that you devote yourself to paying your mortgage, paying your bills, you got to devote that time and effort and money into that fitness.
Right.
Because people, if you put it on like what I call the a la carte, that means that's a choice. You can either get it or you can either leave it alone. But when you change it to a priority, you got to understand one thing, most people don't look at health as a priority.
It's crazy,
until the doctor says you got 6 months to live. Or if you don't change the way that you're going to die. And you go,
you got to get surgery or you got to take medicine.
Why does it have to go to that? Because we have the tools right now. It doesn't take the gyms. It doesn't take all of that. If you just use the resources that are be realistic about it.
Be realistic. Yeah.
You got a chair in your house. You got the floor. You got to make sure that it's,
Yeah, that was the biggest thing for me. I'm not a fan of just going to the gym, but I like doing active things. Like I love sports and stuff like that. So that will make me more likely to be active if I can do stuff like that. But yeah, it's the same way we have to say that it's funny you have to say that to people physically. I have to say that to people mentally because they also don't prioritize their mental health.
Correct.
So, they actually prioritize it even less than physical, right? Because at least physically, if you broke your arm, you're going to go to the hospital. But if you're crying and you're down and you ain't showered in a week and you don't want to talk to anybody, you crying every day. And I'd be like, so wouldn't you see that just as important as your physical health? But people do not prioritize it. They just keep pushing past the pain, but it doesn't go anywhere. But then it also can affect you physically. So they works together. Like I have clients that have headaches, backaches, all of that. And it's like, it's not just the physical, it's the mental too. You got to get them both.
That's one of the things that I really love about you and I coming together on this project here is because so much that you do on the mental side is so much that I do on the physical side, both combined, and it takes all of that to be healthy.
Right.
Because if you don't have a healthy mind, you will not have a healthy body.
Correct.
And a lot of people don't understand that it plays a huge part in your success in so many areas.
Yep.
Because if you get sick all the time and you can have this job that's making 6 figures, if you out more than you're in, you're going to be out.
That's exactly, you're going to be out of there.
You're going to be out.
Yeah, but that's what I tell people about the best quality of life. The best quality of life is the physical, the mental, and the spiritual health all at once. But we don't do that. We either just want to do one or the other, but not all three. We have to do all three. Mental, physical, spiritual health. So how are you out there taking care of your physical, spiritual, and mental health? You have to do all three. You cannot cheat. It's no cheat code. I think people try to find the cheat code, and you can't just go to the gym 5 times a week, but you lying in the corner crying every night and you eat terrible. That doesn't work. Like you got to have them all working together.
And there's no quick fix.
I know. What's this new one? Do you know about this new one? They talking about, or maybe it's not new, Ozempic or something. What is that?
It ain't new.
You just made a face. Okay, tell me about that one. What's up with that one?
I mean, it's just nothing new. It's just something that people say. It's something that what I've realized the world that we live in is let one person say, just try this and it does this for me. Instead of individuals taking the time to realize that everybody's body is totally different.
Yeah.
So if you got the results that you wanted, great.
Yeah.
But when promoting that, you got to also say, hey, I need you to be open-minded. Your body might not do what mine is, but this is something that worked for me. Nobody wants to put that disclaimer out there because they think that people gonna be like, well, if you thinking about it ain't working like good, but it did, why should I try the product? At the end of the day, it's a quick fix.
Yeah.
Instead of doing the work. I always tell my clients this. Before the gyms came, before that there was anything that you can go and buy at the grocery store, the one place that you've seen the most developed individuals was at the playground.
Oh, okay.
When your mothers was telling the men to get off the monkey bars because your son wanted to play because all the men was over there doing their pull-ups and things of that nature. Think about it. Everybody go back to that time and realize that that's working your body to the capacity of naturally developing.
Yeah.
And I truly believe in that because I'm more what you call a calisthenic trainer. I want people to understand that if you build the muscle the right way, it'll stay longer. When you putting in a whole bunch, and don't get me wrong, before everybody start coming at me about, I tried this, I tried that. I'm not saying that you can't take some type of protein shake or things of that nature. I'm not saying none of that.
Okay.
But if you really do some research, your body, your muscle mass stays longer when you develop it the natural way. But again, everybody has their own opinion, but just my years of looking at it.
So those other things, it seems like they might work, but it's definitely temporary. Like if you don't keep up some kind of plan, it's going to go right back to the same
That
way.
is so true.
So maybe people are looking for short-term fixes because they just want to go to Beyonce concert and that's it.
Well, think about it though.
And then they're going to get right back out of shape.
Those things are there. They're a product that actually work. But do you want to be on the product all the way?
No.
All the time.
All the time. No, you don't.
Because was that one time when you can't, what happens?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're going to go back to the same way. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. All right, y'all, we're going to take a break. We are in the blue room. And when we come back, we got some other topics we're going to get into. Peace.
All right.
Yeah.
And off we go. Hold on 1 second.
Now he laughing. Oh, man, come on now.
I can't mess with you like that.
Get out the way. Okay, there it is. There it is. All right, family, we are back in the blue room. And, each time we meet, I'm going to tell you, I think that there's just so much tomfoolery always going on in social media. I'm going to have this segment called Tomfoolery of the Week. Because there's just so much shenanigans always taking place in social media world. So this week, I must admit, I have been trolling people left and right about the Keke Palmer situation, right?
My.
So for those who don't know, Keke Palmer's boo thought it was a good idea to tweet out into the public that he didn't care for her outfit at the Usher concert because she's a mother. Okay, that led to an outpouring of, well, in both directions. Some people very angry about it. Some people very supportive of it. So yeah, first of all, I want to get your thoughts about just the Keke Palmer situation, and then even deeper than that, what's going on just between men and women and these issues with roles. What are your thoughts on that stuff?
Well, first things first is when you in the media and you have those individuals that always got the spotlight on you. I don't know if it was done for clout. I don't know if it was done just to bring attention to him and their relationship, but I mean, they had such a great relationship
They was
based on
chilling.
the eyes that we saw.
There you go.
The eyes that we saw.
That's right.
But I look at it this way. That outfit was in that closet way before she got with you.
That's what
So
I'm lost. Yeah.
So-
she the same person
and
she was.
she wore that outfit
Yes, she
at
did.
some point in time with you.
Or you knew she had it.
She knew she had it. Who knows? But at the end of the day, for you to make that statement that you did, like you were surprised. She left the house with him.
Yeah, if he was with her though. See, that's the whole thing. I think there's more to the story. Of course, Keke is not telling us anything and she doesn't have to. That's good for her.
That's true.
But yeah, my issue is, first of all, this is Keke Palmer. This is the way she has always
carried
been.
herself.
So I don't know if he didn't know really who she was when he met her,
Oh,
but
no, he knew.
yeah, I was like, it's Keke Palmer,
He
bro.
knew, he knew.
So like she literally, it's not like she just literally turned into another person. This is
Right.
who she's been.
Right.
And then her body, has changed and developed a little bit more because she's become a mom. But literally, she's not changed anything about who she was when he met her.
Yeah.
What is this thing about people thinking just because we go together now, like I'm just not gonna continue to be the person that I was? Like, what is that about?
Well, we always, how they say, our good guy, good girl representation always shows up front.
Yeah, you send your representative.
That's your senior representative. Always going to be that person.
I think
that
he
shows
was
up.
doing that.
I think, yep, I agree with you on that. But at the end of the day, some people have that sly mentality that's saying, well, I know what you present, I know what you bring, but with me, I'm going to be able to change that. So
when you
they
get
do
with me,
it-
you ain't going to be doing that no more.
They do it in such a sly way. They accept everything about you when they first meet you.
That's what I'm saying. The
They
thing
accept all of
people
those
love
things.
about you will be the thing that they try to hate on you about
later
later.
on. And that's just really a huge thing in society.
Because get this, she hit on him, so she's always been very forward, right? He didn't come and holler at her. She tells the story of how she thought he was cute. She came to holler at him, so you already know that this woman is not no traditional, modest
what
person.
You were getting, and
you knew
it
this.
goes back to people saying, "I accept you for who you are." Until the word "until" never comes up. It comes up after you have been in a relationship, after you start seeing things that you knew that was going to bother you from the jump, but you took it on because of the cloud.
The warm fuzzies.
Yeah, the warm fuzzies. I always tell people,
what I think
don't have no expectations and just go in it.
Well, also, and be honest, because dude, if she knew he was that type of person to start with, I don't think they would have together. Right. Like, so obviously he wasn't really saying, hey, by the way, just to let you know, if we're going to get into a relationship, I expect this type of relationship. I'm a traditional man. I don't want my woman, yada, yada, yada. The other thing is, he didn't put no ring on her finger. So what is all of this dictating what she doing? Yeah. That's the other thing. I just cannot believe people are like caping for this guy when it's all ridiculous, because one, she was the breadwinner. She was taking care of her business. She wasn't doing anything wrong. It's the Usher concert. Everybody was dancing with Usher. Like, and then it's just like you're not being genuine about who you say you are. Not being honest with yourself. Not being honest
and your
and
relationship.
It's unfair.
At the end of the day, just because you ended up being that man that she ended up having a baby for, there was many men that came before.
It's gonna be after.
It's gonna be many that come behind you. I hate to say it. Even with a ring on it, it's gonna be something that's gonna come behind it. But at the same time, you got to be realistic to say, hey, my baby mama is this person.
Yeah. Like, come on.
When you start going to try to change a person, and that person thought that you loved them for who they were, all you're doing is opening up the door for chaos.
Exactly. So this whole thing about she ruined the relationship and she's going to be, I don't think that relationship was ever going to make it, based on they had clearly very different core values and very different beliefs. It wasn't gonna make it anyway, guys. So this whole thing, you just want to be a single mom, that's ridiculous. We don't know what his
core values were.
Because he wasn't being upfront.
We didn't know nothing about that, brother, other than what the girlfriend said. We just keeping it real.
Yep. So that's what happens when you're not. This is a really good lesson on show people who you really are and pay attention to who they really are up front.
But ask yourself.
What?
If we show people who we really are up front, it'll be a lot of lonely folks in this world.
But he can find a woman.
We're going to keep it real. Let's keep it real.
You think?
If somebody walk in the door and say, listen, I'm good.
Yourself. I feel like I'm the same person all the time. You're going to get the same me every time. I do not hide. But then again, I'm older now, so maybe when we were younger, we cared about that. But now I'd be like, this is who I am. I don't care. You can get with it or not get with it.
The society that we've lived in has always lived with that cloud. They always only gave you just enough to make sure that they still had your attention. And then once they completely grasp you in, is when they always say, when you rip that Band-Aid off and realize that person for who they are, do you think every single person that has gone into a relationship looked for that relationship to fail?
No,
But because sometimes that representative that showed up stays around a lot longer than what people call the honeymoon phase.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes you can be with somebody 5, 6, 7 years.
You didn't know.
And you didn't know that they were capable of being the one that became 1-800 choker.
Sure.
So who knows?
Yeah.
So what do you really know?
Yeah, but if he was already trying to police what she was wearing, it was not ever gonna work, guys. So we're living in La La Land, even saying, oh, she broke the relationship. No, that relationship was never gonna work.
Never gonna work.
Based on who she is and who he is. They are not on the same page. And it's nothing wrong, just let me be clear, it's nothing wrong with him having his standards. He just chose the wrong person to have that with, because clearly she not on the same page. But yeah, sure, go and find a woman who wants to be modest and want to be
for life.
Yeah.
Regardless on who you go with, regardless on who she go with, y'all are
together for life because you had that baby together.
You had that baby. No matter how old that baby becomes, no matter who you marry, no matter who she married, guess what happens? Regardless on what goes on, that child is going to tie you all
Right.
together.
Together
And I think
forever
a lot
now.
of people don't take that into play when they make those decisions to bring a life into this world.
Nope, they
At
do
the
not.
end of the day,
They do not.
you ain't changing.
It's very hard. And if I do change, it's not going to be based on you. That's what people need to understand. When people change, it's never based on you. It's because they want, if they change, it's because they want it to change. You cannot
force
make
something,
someone to change. It does not.
It's not going to work.
It does not work that way. People are who they are. If they want to change, they make a conscious decision to do
That's
so.
back to what you and I were talking about earlier about the mental and the physical side. You mentally have to make that change to say, I want to do better.
Yeah.
I need to be
Yes,
better.
that's it.
And on the physical side, I need to push myself more. That is all about the individual base.
Right. Right. Yeah, absolutely. So why is this such a big topic in our community anyway? Who cares? Why do we care so much? You just think it's just gossip.
You didn't ask that question.
You think it's just gossip? No, because people are really in their feelings. One guy I posted about it. I said, Keke will be fine. She can have another relationship next week. I don't know where everybody, this is nothing. That's why she just kept moving like it wasn't nothing. Because it's not messing up her day. And then some guy wrote, well, she ruined her baby's life. I said, she ruined her baby's life. They really think it's that.
People, though. I might end up having my own podcast talking about why do you care? But anyway,
the best of business in the line of business is to mind your business. We have this thing where we want to mind other people's business.
But again, hold on. Let's go back to the fact that when we put just you and I, we're gonna get the criticisms. We're gonna get everybody with the opinions on what they think should be what we're talking about. But at the end of the day, we welcome all of that. Let me be honest with you.
I don't care.
Because we are very good in our skin that we're walking around in. That's one of the things that people don't understand. And as y'all get to know us more and more, you're going to see more of us come out as we grow in this show, because we want you to understand that we keep it real.
Yeah. Like
we know what we're doing. We know that we're putting ourselves out there for that. And back to what we were talking about, Keke and her, they know what they're doing. Because at the end of the day, you are media. Yeah. And media has opinions. Yeah. And everybody wants to feel that their opinion matters. So guess what? We, at the end of the day, what we care about. Yeah.
That's the thing, the opinions. Opinions are great, but these people don't have any evidence behind the things that they say. Is so annoying. First of all, we don't know. I tend to think they were already on rocks before that incident, because the way she just kept moving so fast. So people are blaming this all on her, but you don't even know if they was already broken up or they was already having a bad time. Like, people are speculating, like, you literally don't know. What I do know is the girl ain't ruined her child life, Jesus. Her child is going to be just fine.
That baby and
real good. And so is she. So I feel like y'all take these situations that you only know this much about, and you like give this whole dissertation on how she's ruined another black family, and I'm like, what?
It's amazing.
Like, it's really, really crazy to me how we make these gigantic leaps, and people be really in their feelings about it. But I do enjoy minding my own business.
But we also like talking about.
But we like talking about the business. Yeah, but I don't get so personally invested that I'm getting all mad because I'm sitting here laughing at it.
I think she's an amazing artist. I think she's an amazing. She's going to be an amazing mother.
That's right.
And I think that he's going to be an amazing father.
Yes, I don't think I don't think that'll be a problem.
I don't believe that what we call you did the work.
No.
You looked at the right now versus looking at the long term. We have a lot of folks that look at the short term. Yeah. But in their mind, they've already at the finish line. And you're like, how is that? A lot of people come into the thing saying, well, if I stick around,
it might get better, it'll change. And I'm telling you,
that person is who they are. Yeah. At the end of the day, I'm telling you straight up, go in. I like to go what I call the checklist, straight up. This who you are all day. And they're like,
and can I do it? Do I want to sign up for that?
I'm like, just tell me the worst thing that I should expect. Like, tell me the worst thing that you ever done. Like, if you never done it, tell me what you thought about it. Because then I know what you're capable of doing. Right. Okay. Like, let's keep it real. Yeah. Like, if she would have walked in and said, listen, you see my wardrobe.
Yeah, but
I'm a mama.
like, yeah.
Yes, I am, but I love my body. I work
That's right.
out. I'm
And
an
if
artist.
you
I'm
cannot
in the
get with
media.
that,
And you can't deal with that, I'm gonna keep my legs closed,
Yeah.
like the good saint my
Right.
mama taught me to be, and we gonna keep it moving. We gonna go out taking nice pictures together, and we gonna be good.
Yes.
But
But
that's
I
not what
also want
happened.
people to stop acting like these things are new. They're not new. Like women have been wanting to be sexy. You know, back in the day, they probably just went to like the little hole in the wall clubs, and you didn't see them doing
That's
it.
true.
But they was doing the same thing. It's just like these women just don't hide it anymore. They're not
Think about
secretive.
it.
Like, they just
When we
be
were
who they
growing
are.
up,
Yeah.
when a woman was pregnant, she always had the long moo
Yeah.
and you knew she was pregnant,
Right.
but you didn't see her stomach. Now they are so in tune with their bodies to say
Yeah.
this is me.
Exactly.
This is who I am.
And why are we seeing that
But
as
my
a
thing,
bad
if you
thing?
can be that honest about your body, you should be able to be that honest with your mind. And that's saying, hey, I might end up being single for a very long time, but I'm gonna need to tell you who I am.
Damn, I gotta be real. Yeah.
But when is that gonna happen?
I don't know. I don't know. But I know.
But you know-
Honesty is the best policy. It sounds cliche, but it doesn't come to bite you back if
But
you're
what is
telling the
honesty?
truth. Authenticity is the word that I love. I'm authentic. Like who you see today, you're gonna see every time. Do I have good days and bad days? Yes. But you will not see a completely different version of me and be like, who is that? That's what these people are doing. It's like, what? Like,
But do you believe it's because of their status?
No, I think that's just how people are in general, because I do a lot of couples counseling, and people just do not reveal their true selves. They continue. It's just like you marry someone, you move in with them, and you have a kid with them, and you're still not being your authentic self. That's freaking scary.
Because they're afraid
Yeah.
to lose all of the material things. And the main thing that they don't realize that they lose is who they are.
Yeah, and I'm
I'd
not
rather
willing to do
lose
that for
me.
anyone. Yeah.
Then lose this.
The race. Yes,
And that's sad.
exactly. Exactly. So
But
I
when you
see
get
so
back
many
to
people
what we
doing
call
that.
a Keke boo, she lets you know,
Right.
I'm gonna keep all of
In
this.
other words,
I'm
she's not
losing
going
it.
to dim her light.
I'm not
right.
dimming my
And so
light
I'm not going to
because
dim my
you are
light.
not
And
confident
I
in
was
the
already a
skin.
light when you met me.
Come on.
This is, I don't even understand why we're here with this conversation, because this is literally who the girl has been
Be comfortable
like,
in the
this
skin.
whole time.
She was comfortable in the skin.
So
she
he
did.
should have just been like, yo, you're somebody I want to kick it with, but I don't want to have no child with you because you're
I
not
already
my
know.
type of girl. That would have been totally fine, but he didn't do that. So now he wanted to sit up there and try to blast her on the internet. And that's trash to me. That's trash behavior. But shout out to Keke, because she handled it like a G.
What?
She a boss. And he's
You
the
did
one
that,
that
mama.
comes out looking like a fool in the
Yeah,
end.
you did that.
Yeah. Well, that's it for this week in tomfoolery and shenanigans.
Yes.
And we'll be right back with our final segment.
All right. Hey everybody, this is Tim Roberts, the fitness guru. I want to leave you with a tip of the week. My main thing that I want you to do is start today. Whatever you're thinking, whatever you're feeling, you want to do it, start today. Stop putting off what you want to do for tomorrow and do it today.
All right, family. So look, this is my tip of the week. Please get your values aligned. Please know what your own values are and understand that your values belong to you. Values are things that you don't want to live without, whether that be spirituality, success, freedom, love, family. You need to know kind of what your top 5 values are. And the people that you surround yourself with need to have values that align. They don't have to be exactly the same, but they shouldn't be in direct conflict with each other, right? That's step 1, putting people around you who align with your values and your beliefs. But remember, your values and your beliefs belong to you, and you cannot project them on others. Just like in that Keke Palmer situation, we should have had a real good conversation about my values and my beliefs before we lay down to have a kid together. This is a good lesson on this, guys. But a lot of us, if I asked you today, you wouldn't even know what are the top 5 values that you stand on. So maybe that's your homework for this week. Let me figure out what my values are and see if they align with the people who I keep around me. That's going to be it this week for the Blue Room. We'll see you next week. Peace.